Hello, Fnaf here, back with another video. Today we are going over a comparison between Funko versus Youtooz versus the Funko Minis. I know, kind of unfair comparison because, like, I don't have all the Fnaf Withered Minis. It's just only one, well, 5 technically. There's the 10th anniversary ones, and there's the original 2016 Withered Bonnie. He's $500. Can't afford it at the moment, or can't afford it at all. Actually, it's $500 unless I can find it for cheaper later on. But yeah, so in this video, for right now, we're comparing the original Withered Bonnie Pop to we're comparing the Withered Pops, the original one, the newer one, compared to the Youtooz, compared to the Mystery Mini. Without further ado, we're going to go these from Bonnie to, we're going to do this to Bonnie to Foxy last, and Golden Freddy will just be a cameo, I guess. Without further ado, enough with the intro, let's get into it. Alright, where to start? I would say let's start off with the Funko Pop comparison, then we'll do the Mystery Mini to the Pops, then we'll do the Youtooz to the Mystery Mini. Let's get into it. Alright, for both Withered Bonnies here, as you can see, one is clearly less detailed than the other. They're roughly the same amount of detail, except this one has a little bit of really no pose at all. He's just a standard Withered Bonnie with little bit of dry brushing. He's a dark purple color too, or dark blue, compared to this one, which is lighter blue. Same detail as this guy, except this one has a battle pose or whatever. This one was originally Walmart exclusive. This one's a common. The eyes are white on this one. The eyes are red on the other one, the newer one. This one does not have a pose at all, and it's part of the, I think, the original set, or it's part of a Nightmare set. Yeah, he's a part of a Nightmare set. But yeah, all the boxes are the same on these guys. Sorry about the scuffs and stuff. It's been in storage and on display at times too. But yeah, if I had to pick one or the other, the $400 pop or the $400 pop or the $20-ish pop, I'd say go with this, just because it's a re-release of the original. Funko usually never does this. They didn't even do it to Mystery Mini, so another option to get one of these Withered Bonnie Pops. But I would say we should have done this sooner, like in 2018. That would have been a lot better. It's at like 2025 compared to the other Withereds, which has a little bit hit or miss. By that I mean a lot hit or miss. It's really hit or miss there. I would recommend getting this one because it's more relevant. This one you can just like let's just buy at your own pace, honestly, because like this one's not essential because this guy has the exact same detail, but it's cooler. This one's just a standard Funko Pop pose. Alright, now Funko Pop to Youtooz. I really don't know exactly because they're kind of on par with each other. I would have to lean more towards the Youtooz due to accuracy, but I would say the black blemishes are kind of a, eyesore. Looks like he got burnt, literally. And this one's just, the newer Withered Bonnie one just has dry brushing, which this one should have used. But like, we don't have colored in wires that much. This one only has gray wires, while this one has black wires. This one has a little bit of red into it, but it still has like a gray wire. And this one has like, red and gray wire. It has like 3 wires. And it's like, the whole dry brushing is kind of mid, honestly. But this one has better dry brushing if you're more into dry brushing. But this is more of the original Funko Pop style from 2016. Still doesn't excuse the laziness, I would say. That's for the later half of this video. But yeah, the bodies I think are the same, right? Yeah, they're roughly the same. This one uses more of a gray texture, like the old like art style for Withered Bonnie, instead of like a light purple, like that one uses to a degree. But yeah, you do get more detail in here. You get more animatronic indents and stuff like that. You can actually see where the endoskeleton pops out and stuff. You have an endoskeleton jaw. I would say the only con about this one right here is because the Youtooz one is because like it doesn't have an animatronic skeleton painted on / molded on in gray. It's just black and it kind of blends into the whole face and it doesn't really like look too good. So this one has to probably go to Funko. Let's compare the minis. Alright, comparing the mini to the pop, I would say go for the mini. Way more detailed, a little bit more accurate, but the colors are off a lot. It's a very, very light blue tint. It's a azure blue. But the only thing that compares this to that, compares the Pop to outbeats the Pop, is because there's actually endoskeleton details on here. There's actual, wires painted on in green, or purple, and yellow. A little bit of red in some areas. He has a nice snaps texture too. And he has 2 buttons. His body's unique. His hand's unique. You can actually see the endoskeleton parts, which is really, really nice. And that looks very nice on this figure. You even have some... These are painted in gray, but I don't mind that too much. It should be red and gray, but I can understand if they don't want to paint that because it's kind of a minute detail. But yeah, I would have to recommend the mini out of most at all, the Withered Bonnies. Alright, next up here we have is Withered Chica. Chica here is her Pop is common. Her Youtooz figure is mildly easy to get. Her mystery mini is a little bit harder to get. It's 1 out of 24 instead of 1 out of 12. Might be a little iffy to get, especially because the series it's still on stores, but it's either you gamble or you buy it online for a little higher premium price. Alright, from Youtooz to Pop. This one's kind of easy. Buy the Youtooz. It looks better than this slop of Stingray plastic. But yeah, essentially here you have Chica, which doesn't her eyes are completely black and it doesn't even look that good. And she has indentations that are black. All her wires are black, even though they should be colored. I can understand in some lighting it is a different color, but like in most of Scott's images, these are colored wires. The damaging and burn marks is okay, I guess. Her shaping is a little bit good too, but her head really messes things up. It looks like Stingray Chica, and it also has a pancake jaw, basically, compared to this one, which has an endoskeleton jaw, and you can actually tell what it is. This one has metal prongs, but it should have some wires. This one's just black prongs on the side. I mean, the burn marks are nice, but it really doesn't excuse the head, because this is a reuse of Fnaf 1 Chica, just with its bottom part cut off, her bottom jaw extended and flattened a lot. Her tufts of hairs are the same as the original Chica. She can move her head compared to the Youtooz to an extent, I guess. The dirt washing is nice on this, but there's really no good thing about this. If you want a good vinyl figure for Withered Chica, go with the Youtooz, not the Funko. You will have to pay a little bit more for this because this was only available for 2 weeks to a month. But they should be $35 through $55 in this current moment in time. I suggest buying the Youtooz. Alright, now for the mini Fnaf Youtooz and mini side of things. This one is, if you buy this online, this is the same price as this, but you're getting a little bit more detail. You have a little bit more color on the wires. Her Let's Eat bib is printed on, and there is a lot of damage texturing on here. As you can see in the back, you have that snaps texturing and a little bit more damage. And that does have a little bit more back detail, and you have some endoskeleton parts. But yeah, I mean, her jaw is a little bit too big, but that's probably a stylization feature. You have her wires drooping out of her jaw. You have her wires connecting her jaw together. That's broken open. She has her like psychotic eyes. I don't know how to describe it more than that. Her wide open, stretched out eyes. I don't know how to describe it better than that. Don't go gambling. Buy it online for like $30 or $25, $20, $10 maybe if you're lucky. $15 at most. I recommend buying this mini because this is a little bit better than the Youtooz. But if you're looking for a vinyl figure type of thing, either buy Withered Chica and Mystery Mini or buy the Youtooz. If you want just a basic vinyl figure and not like a mini figure, buy the Youtooz. If you want the most accurate representation of Withered Chica, I'd say probably go for a Youtooz, but this one has a little bit more detail for the mini. Oh man, this one's tough. I guess if you want more detail, go with the Mystery Mini. And if you just want a standard vinyl figure, go with Withered Chica. This one's kind of a tie. It's really hard to decide. I guess go with this one because it's more accurate because the eyes are purple. This one has pink eyes. Alright, now comparing the Withered Foxy Pop to its, Youtooz counterpart, you all know who's going to win. Youtooz did it better than Funko. Yes, it doesn't have the metallic parts. It has the accurate endoskeleton in here. It's like bars instead of like this gear stuff. And you have wires like popping out of the insides. This one is just like just part of the endoskeleton for Radioactive Foxy. If you remember that plush, that's the exact same detail as it was on the Radioactive Foxy plush. But yeah, if you want a better paint job, go with this one. If you want a challenge to repaint, buy this one. It shouldn't be too hard of a challenge to repaint, but I would say it's more of DIY pop, honestly, because Funko flopped really bad on this one. I would have to give it to Withered Foxy for the Youtooz. If you want the best type of vinyl figure, let's compare it to the mini. Alright, so the mini here is 1 out of 24 once again. But I would highly suggest going for, if you want a cheaper route, go for the mini. If you want more expensive, more quality, but the plastic's kind of frail, go for Youtooz, because it has a little bit more accuracy. And as you can see here, this one has freckles, which is inaccurate. This one, he's not supposed to have freckles at all. It's just supposed to be his like base secondary color. Is this ear broken? No, it's not. Okay, whoops. But yeah, if you want like more like coloration, I'd say go for the mystery mini. The mystery mini is probably the best option for the Withereds, especially Foxy, because like this one is missing some, you know, colors on here, like the red, green, and blue for the wires. It's just gray for some reason. While this one has, his like fur's covering up his secondary half. It's covering up his endoskeleton right here, which would show wires and endoskeleton. But at least on the ears, you do have the wires, so I guess that one ups this by a little bit. But if I had to recommend one, buy the mini. Even though it's a little bit more expensive because it's 1 out of 24 and it really depends on the cases. Do not buy from the mystery boxes. Buy through, you know, eBay or something like that, like Mercari, etc. Yeah, I would say if you want more color and accuracy, go for the Funko Mini. It's like the third one that won. Dang. And if you want an accurate vinyl figure that you don't need a repaint, go for the Fnaf Youtooz. Because this Youtooz figure is really, really nice. It really is. You get a lot of detail here, and it's actually 3D too. As you can see, there's some hollowness to it. You get all this nicely accurate detailed endoskeleton. So yeah, I would say if you want to, it's another tie essentially between two. This is hard, honestly. I mean, like the Withered Chica one's not really a tie, but like at the same time, you can like the mini and the actual vinyl figure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 50-50 split on this one. Same with Chica. But I've had to recommend one, go for the mini because it's a little bit cheaper and more widely accessible. If you're a more accessibility type of person. If you want more rare, cooler, plastic's a little bit flimsier merch, go for the Youtooz. It will not disappoint, but I would say you might want to like be careful with it, because if you drop them once or twice, they're going to snap or fall into a million pieces. It really depends on your shelf height and stuff like that, but like, and you know, what happens at your house, like an earthquake or something like that. I'm rambling. I would have to give this to, I'm giving this one a tie. Alright, Withered Freddy, it's essentially night and day. It really is. For the whole, you know, Funko Pop of the original Withered Freddy compared to like the original Withered Freddy. Alright, so comparing Youtooz Withered Freddy to the Funko Withered Freddy, not the mini just yet, but I would say inaccuracies for this one is very, very high. I'll just get over to Youtooz one first. There's just a little cut on his torso, which is inaccurate. It's a little bit stylistic choice, but at least the head shape and the body's accurate. But for the Funko one, let's go over the inaccuracies. I went through this for my rant video on the Withereds. You have only black and brown wires, which one half isn't even painted. The other half is painted black. Like, they gave up halfway through right here. Then his head is the essential Withered Fnaf 1 Freddy head and base mold, essentially. Just updated with an endoskeleton jaw. That's literally all they've done. Just added an endoskeleton jaw. That's a bare minimum. And his torso is a little bit better, I would say, because it has more fatness to it. I don't know how to describe it. Largeness. He has a ribbon on his top hat, which is inaccurate. His inside of the ears are inaccurate. I know it's like a typical, you know, company thing. But if you paid originally like $12 for this, it's still overpriced for what you're getting. And I would say that, like, yours should be painted in the right color at the bare minimum, but they can't even do that, and it's in a top hat ribbon removed. But yeah, I mean, the weathering's basically the only nice part, and like all of the accuracies, or most of the accuracy is like from the bottom down. The head does not count, because that really ruins the figure. If you compare it to the Youtooz one right here, head shape's accurate to its in-game counterpart. You can even see an endoskeleton in there. There's a little bit of inaccuracies on the torso with having an X spot right there. Some wires here and there, but at least they're colored compared to the Funko one over here. Yeah, like, he is pretty bland on the back because he's a pretty simple, withered. Really not much to go over. But yeah, let's move on to the mini compared to the Youtooz. Alright, so the mini compared to the Youtooz, I really don't want to have to bring this up, but like at the same time, like, it's a kind of a reuse, but at least it's better than the Funko Pop. It is the Fnaf 1 Freddy sculpt for the 10th anniversary, except they modified it to, mine kind of has a broken head. I had to like pluck it down sometimes. Yeah, the wires are actually painted on these. His jaw is like tilted open, which is really nice. He shouldn't have this big of cheekbones. They should be a little bit slimmer. Inside of the ears are accurate. He does have a top hat, which is highly inaccurate to Freddy Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear does not have a ring around the top hat. It's Toy Freddy through Toy Freddy, Skip the Phantoms, Skip the Nightmares, Fun Time, Glam Rock. I guess that's it for the stripes on the hats. Toy, Glam Rock, and I think that's it. And Fun Time. But yeah, if you want a more accessible version, again, I'll say this again, just buy the Mystery Mini. The pops aren't worth it. If you want a more higher end collectible, buy the Youtooz. If this will focus, buy the Youtooz back here. You would not regret it. It does use cheaper plastic, but I would say it's a lot better than the current Withered Freddy Pop. I hope they remake these and make them better, or re-release them and make them better. But that's a low chance for Funko, because Funko doesn't seem to care that much when they get outshined by a different company. But yeah. Now, let's do a comparison with Withered Golden Freddy, even though they're two separate characters. I just want to do this. But out of the whole Withered Freddy gang, I would say buy this for accessibility, the mini for accessibility. If you want a cool, high-end collectible, buy the Youtooz, because it's more accurate compared to the Funko Pop. Alright, so I know this is going to sound pathetic, but like, I would recommend getting this Golden Freddy Pop. It has restocked. It is slightly inaccurate. It has a ribbon and freckles and no buttons, but it's the most accurate as you can get. He's like this came before the whole Withered Freddy down here that I got. Like, literally, this came before this, but they couldn't bother to reuse the head and just take off the wires, give him an extra ear, make all that detail again, make him have eyes like this, or hollowed out eyes, take the wires out of his eye, or sand that down, or whatever. Like, this is the ideal, Withered Golden Freddy is the most ideal Funko Pop for accuracy wise. If you just want, like, accurate Withereds, buy these right here behind them. Buy Withered Golden Freddy, that's 100%. No other company has made Withered Golden Freddy besides Funko. If you want, it's going to be a little bit inconsistent, but either buy the Foxy Mini or the Foxy Youtooz. Withered Chica Youtooz. Withered Chica Youtooz or Withered Chica Mini. Withered Freddy Youtooz or the Withered Freddy Mini. And same thing with Withered Bonnie. Buy Withered Bonnie Youtooz or the Mini, Funko Mini. For Withered Golden Freddy, there's only one way option for him. He's a Funko Hot Topic exclusive. He is highly detailed. He uses a snap texturing, and he is very well detailed. But yeah, overall, I would say save up your money, buy the Youtooz for only $35 to $50 at the moment. I'd say it's highly worth your money. Buy Withered Golden Freddy from Funko, or Hot Topic, because he's Hot Topic exclusive. And this came out before the 10th anniversary. This was for the 10th anniversary. So I don't know why they just gave up like after that for some odd reason. Like, Chica and Freddy are really bad offenders. If you bring them in here, they are really bad offenders compared to Withered Golden Freddy. Withered Bonnie, if you want a cool re-release, that's cool. Withered Foxy doesn't even look like he's a part of a dang set. He looks like he's part of a Withered Golden Freddy set. If he had a full, complete, full, complete, wave of actual good Withereds, I'd say buy Withered Foxy if you want to repaint him. But only if you want to repaint. He's still really, really good, but I would say for like Funko Pop standards or this whole wave, but I would say buy the mini or the Youtooz. Freddy is just a reuse of the Freddy except for his torso. Withered Chica, don't even know what happened to her. She's Fnaf 1 Chica, except she's a little bit fatter and she has a stingray eyes. But yeah, overall, out of this whole lineup, if you want more accessible stuff, go for Funko minis. If you want more basic run-of-the-mill vinyl figures, go for Youtooz. And yeah, I'm rambling. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.